Hey there, students. Welcome to this quick video on how to make a good English summary. I'm recording this because many of you are not in class at the moment, so I was just going to take you through some of the steps so that you're fully briefed on what to do. During the test week, there will be a note-taking summary writing test, well, the first thing that you'll do when you come to the test, of course, is read the instructions. Now, what you're going to be asked to do is you're going to be watching a video at the beginning twice about the production of music. In this case, of course, the video is going to be a different one. And while watching the video, you're going to be taking notes. And it's important to remember that these notes that you're going to make while watching the video are then, after the video, going to be turned into what we call a continuous summary. Well, a continuous summary, I will tell you a little bit later what that is exactly. And that continuous summary, of course, needs to be written in your own words. So you can't literally copy any of the words that were used in the video, but you're going to have to really put that down into your own words. Okay, so step one is carefully analyzing the listening question. And we've done this one in class. Maybe we're there, maybe we're not. But the listening question for this one is, why do human beings love repetition in music? So before you start to take notes, before you watch the video, that question needs to be in your head. It needs to be there all the time because that is what's going to give you focus. Why do human beings love music or repetition in music? You're going to take notes during the video, and after that, of course, you have to determine which of the notes are important and which are not to put into your summary, because ultimately a summary is not about using too many details. It's really about the core elements of the video. So after watching the video twice, you're going to have a look at your notes. For instance, you have created a mind map or a word map like this, and then you're going to have to determine which are details and which are important information, which is important information. For instance, you can color, you can say, all right, so the notes that are green, those are details, and well, the bit that's blue, I'll call that I, that is for important. So after watching the video, you can carefully scrutinize, as they say, your notes. You circle them, so that gives you structure, as in what are the notes that I will be putting into my summary. After that, you're going to write your summary in your own words, right? So don't forget the keywords that are used in the video. For instance, why do human beings love repetition in music? What are the reasons? Maybe you remember, was the exposure effect. And the exposure effect means by simply just listening to a song a few times, you're automatically going to like it more. So that exposure effect is something that was used in the video, but you can't use the word exposure effect. You're going to have to explain and describe what that effect is. And the effect, of course, was you listen to it more often, the frequency is much higher, so that means you love it more. Yeah, so that's your own words, and the exposure effect was the word that was used in the video. So you have to be able to explain to me what exactly that means. Now, from the notes, you go towards the summary, and the summary should, well, approximately be built up like this. Don't forget to read the instruction at the top. It says start your summary by repeating the question. Don't forget to use linking words to sum up. So the question was, why do human beings love repetition in music? I wouldn't suggest you start off by literally repeating the question, why do human beings love repetition in music? But you can start off with, in this summary, I will address the reasons why people love repetition in music. You see, so it's not so much repeating the question, but it's putting the question in actual writing, okay? After that, you can start to sum up. And summing up using continuous writing, it doesn't mean that every line needs to be filled, as in that's continuous writing. What you do is you use your linking words here to give the reasons as to why people love it. So, well, the first reason would be that mere exposure effect. So you can go, firstly, people enjoy repetition in music because by simply just listening to it a few times, they love it more. Furthermore, repetition in music, they love it because it makes them active. If you hear a song that you've heard before, the chance of you going out for a little dance or a little move is is much bigger. So you sum up. Paragraph 1 starts with firstly. Paragraph 2, which is the second reason, you can start with furthermore. On top of that, also, additionally, and finally. So these are all linking words and keywords, linking words that you can use to sum up in your summary. And then you end up with finally, which could be the the last reason. Yeah. So these words are words that you have to really try to know from the top of your head. Firstly, furthermore, if you know these, then I'm sure you can structure your paragraph much easier. Well, and then the idea, of course, is to put in the most important details in there as well that you feel are really relevant to what's important, as in the notes that you've taken. But most of the time, quite a lot of details can be left out. But sometimes you need some details to color your core elements. So don't forget that sometimes details can also be quite important to describing some of the most important elements. Now, when you're done with that, you can have a look at your checklist. The checklist will also be on the test. You can check to see if you've done well. So have you carefully analyzed the listening question? That's something you did before taking notes. Have you written down all-inclusive notes on the first page? Have you color marked your notes with I for important and D for details? Is your summary composed in continuous writing? Have you used linking words in your summary? Have you used your own words? Did you start summary by copying the question? And have you done a transfer check? And with the transfer check, I mean, you're going to have to try and pretend like you've never seen the video. And if you read your own summary, do you feel that you really get what the video was about based on just, the summary itself? So just kind of go blank inside almost, like pretend you don't know the video, and then see if you know what it's about. Also, we'll be adding the rubric, and this is the part where the grading process starts. And I'm going to be grading you based on core elements, continuous writing, transference, notes, own words, and linking words. And if you want to get a top-notch grade, and all of you guys want that, of course, if you want to do well on the core elements, that means that the student has given all the answers to the questions. All the most important information can be found in the summary. Continuous writing. The summary is fully composed through structured and continuous writing, and the summary starts off with a repetition of the listening question. Then, transference. After reading the summary, it's completely clear what the video was about. It's not even needed anymore to watch the video. And then we have the notes. The student has gone to great length to take notes, all inclusive, and mark them with I for important and D for details. And your own words. The student has fully translated the summary into his or her own words. So all the most important terminology should be put in your own words. And then the linking words, we just discussed it. The student uses the right number of linking words to ensure the structure of the summary is fully clear. The most important part, which is also a heavier weight factor, is this one. It's about your own words. Well, I've just given you a few examples of what to do and how to do that. So whenever you feel like you're copying from the video, make sure you're aware of the fact that you should go back to your own vocabulary, dig deep to find your synonyms, think hard, to get to your own phrasing of the most important core elements. Well, I think that's it. And if you have any other questions about either the checklist or how to write a summary, of course, there are a lot of videos you can practice with. There are many summaries that you can send me to give feedback. You can post them on our class blog if you want to. I'll get back to you and let you know how you did. All right? Okay. Good luck.